billion-dollar span standoff.
To weaponize this and to hold this bridge hostage is just a crying shame.
Why Windsor's mayor is in no rush for the opening of the Gordie Howe Bridge. Diageo's demands.
This has been, I would call, a traumatic experience to lose almost 200 good-paying jobs.
Who should have a say in how Diageo's settlement money is spent? And from Scarborough to Windsor.
I thought it was a scam at first.
An out-of-town contractor surprises a local homeowner.
CTV News with Stefanie Masotti.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on CTV Windsor and AM 800. Tonight, Windsor's mayor says he doesn't want the Gordie Howe International Bridge rushed into opening if it means Canada ends up with a weaker trade deal. He warns the project is being pulled into a much larger cross-border negotiation between Canada and the United States. CTV's Michelle Molesky explains.
As light testing continues on the Gordie Howe International Bridge, Windsor's mayor is worried decision makers will sacrifice the long game for the short-term opening of the city's second bridge.
We've fulfilled our end of the bargain, and now to weaponize this and to hold this bridge hostage is just a crying shame. But
the bridge opening has been tied to trade renegotiations with the Americans by a Canadian minister and the president himself.
If it means our country has to take a bad deal to satisfy the President of the United States, I would wait until there's a time when there's a good deal, because we do have lots of leverage in this country.
Dilkins hinted the city has survived with 2 crossings for a long time, and we can wait a little bit longer to make sure the new CUSMA deal helps Windsor in the long run.
There are a lot of bigger issues than whether we can drive a truck across that bridge. It's whether the stuff that's on that truck is going to get tariffed.
Flavio Volpe tells CTV News it's not just Canadians lobbying for a solid deal for auto.
2 weeks ago, every single auto association in the U.S., whether that's for cars, parts, or dealers, wrote to the White House and said, we need the USMCA.
Meantime, former Michigan Governor Rick Snyder says in addition to trade talks, Trump can delay the bridge opening in 2 other ways.
One is there is a presidential permit, and I don't know how revocable or not that may be. The other one is the staffing of the Customs Plaza. The Customs Plaza is built. It's an incredible facility, just as the Canadian one, but if there's no one working there, that would be a problem.
CBP officials did not respond to a request for information, while CBSA officials moved into the point of entry last fall. The new timeline for the bridge's opening is spring 2026, which ends in 33 days. Michelle Molesky, CTV News.
Questions are being raised in Amherstburg over restrictions tied to a $500,000 settlement linked to the Diageo plant closure. Some residents and officials now asking why the company still has a say in how the money is spent. CTV's Chris Campbell joining me now in the newsroom with more on this tonight. Chris.
Yes, Stefanie, the settlement was negotiated through the province after Diageo closed the bottling plant in Amherstburg. 165 people lost their jobs. Now, debate is growing over whether conditions attached to the funding could limit how the town uses the money.
Amherstburg Deputy Mayor Chris Gibbs says council, not Diageo, should ultimately decide how the $500,000 is invested.
The whole reason we're discussing it is because I don't believe it's up to anybody but Amherstburg Town Council to determine the purpose of this $500,000 funding.
Gibbs says residents deserve transparency after what many viewed as a devastating loss for the community.
This has been, I would call, a traumatic experience to lose almost 200 good-paying jobs.
Mayor Michael Prue says the town intends to decide for itself how the money is spent while also remembering the workers impacted by the closure.
We're going to choose it and we're going to tell them what we want.
Prue also argues Amherstburg should have received a larger portion of the province's overall settlement with Diageo.
$23 million was given, and only 2% of that money came to Amherstburg, and that's where all the job loss was.
Some residents say they are uncomfortable with the idea of Diageo having influence over the funding after leaving the community.
I think it's interesting that they leave this big hole in the community and that they still get to have a say.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't agree with that. You think that, once you give something to somebody, the town councilors obviously know what to do best with $500,000, and they will use common sense and come up with something great for it.
We're the ones that are impacted by it the most, and it's just not fair. Now, with Diageo mandating that they want to stipulate how we spend it, that just adds insult to injury.
We have to concentrate on developing good things for the future for Amherstburg.
Essex MPP Anthony Liardi defends the agreement, pointing to an additional $500,000 directed through Invest Windsor Essex.
I think it's important for Amherstburg to work collaboratively with Diageo. Diageo is putting up the $500,000. I'm sure they want to know where it's going to be spent and that it's going to be actually spent for benefits for Amherstburg. I think this should be a collaborative effort. I think people need to work together and make sure that good things happen.
CTV News reached out to Diageo but did not receive a response back. We also contacted officials at Invest Windsor Essex for comment, but they declined at this time as the matter is before Council for consideration and debate next week. Meanwhile, Mayor Prue says he wants former Diageo workers involved in discussions about how the money should ultimately be used. Council meets on May 25th. Stefanie.
Okay, Chris, thank you for this. Now, this does take us to our question of the day. Should Diageo have a say in how the settlement money is spent? Go to our website to cast your vote, ctvnewswindsor.ca. On Friday, we asked if you enjoy fireworks displays. Over 2,200 people voted. 62% of you say no, you do not. An Amherstburg dog owner is facing 3 bylaw charges and a muzzle order after 2 dogs broke free and attacked an 11-year-old girl and the German Shepherd she was walking.
One for allowing dogs to run it loose, one for a dog attacking another animal, and one for a dog attacking a human being. And I've also put on a muzzle order for the 2 dogs that they can't be out in public, even on a leash, without a muzzle, because they're obviously biters.
The incident last Tuesday morning in Amherstburg was caught on surveillance camera. Town officials say, as you just heard, charges fall under local bylaw rules covering dogs at large attacks or on other animals and attacks on people. While no serious injuries were reported, Nina Di Maria and her daughter, Angela Perez, were left shaken after the incident. The attack happened shortly before 10 a.m. on the front lawn of their home on Cohen Court in a newer residential neighborhood and went on for several minutes before it was brought under control. In other news, U.S. border officers have stopped a woman with a stolen gun from entering Canada. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers say they stopped a Canada-bound traveler at the Ambassador Bridge on May 4th. The woman, a U.S. citizen, was arrested and turned over to Detroit police. A boost for healthcare access in the region. New provincial funding is helping 3 county clinics expand services. As CTV's Bob Belichico reports, up to 4,000 people without a doctor could soon be connected to care.
Everybody should have a family doctor. Everyone is entitled to that.
In Lakeshore, there are about 5,600 residents that don't have a family doctor.
We have received funding to attach around 1,400 of that.
The Ontario government is investing $1.4 million to advance the primary care action plan.
The province's action plan calls for every person to be attached to a family doctor. The goal is to attach 4,000 residents by May of 2027.
Adding nurse practitioners, registered nurses, social work, and offering more services to the community.
According to officials at the Lakeshore Community Nurse Practitioner-led clinic, 3 clinics have received money to expand however they see fit to fill some of the needs in the community.
This is very much a collaborative proposal. So we're very much partners with Amherstburg and Harrow, and we're working on that 4,000 person goal collaboratively.
The Amherstburg Family Health Team is going to add a nurse practitioner and collaborate with Harrow to add a new physio program.
To bring in those staff to offer those services, we'd be able to help not only the 10,000 patients that we serve in Amherstburg, but also offer to attach more patients as well.
In Harrow, a new physician and nurse practitioner will be added, along with the expansion of some allied health positions, including a pharmacist and dietitian.
We are very excited to be able to offer the additional hours to our existing patients and be rostering those new patients with this funding.
Some of that funding will extend beyond the 3 communities and help the people here in McGregor, where today the clinic is closed.
For the service, the availability, the people don't have to drive as much, especially if they're elderly, things like that, or they don't have the transportation that's required, and it would be a big help for sure.
Bob Belichico, CTV News.
CTV meteorologist Julie Atchison joining us now for a first look at the weather. And Julie, it was a beautiful long weekend, but things are changing and quickly.
Yes, a cold front on the move tonight, sparking scattered showers and thunderstorms. Severe weather warnings have been issued for Windsor, Essex, Chatham, Kent, as well as Sarnia. Thunderstorms have been bubbling up in advance of a cold front. Now, the main threat with these storms damaging wind gusts. We could see winds upwards of 100 kilometers per hour with some of these storms. There are reports of hail as well, and torrential downpours. You can see this line as it starts to push through Essex County. Not everyone across Essex will see the storms, but they will be severe as they move through. Temperatures across our region, it's been extremely hot and humid. We have that heat warning in effect today. The humidex hitting 38 right now, still feeling like the mid-30s. Will stay quite warm through the evening, but overnight the temperatures will start to drop off. The cold front will push through. So thunderstorms in the forecast through the evening. The temperature dipping to 19 degrees by midnight. Winds out of the southwest tonight, but by tomorrow out of the northeast. Stefanie, and that will usher in some colder temperatures. So severe weather moving through the area over the next hour or so, and the potential for thunderstorms lingering till about midnight.
Strike action at Fluxon Gate in Lakeshore was averted over the long weekend after a new tentative agreement was reached. This is the second tentative deal reached between Unifor Local 195 and the company. The plant's 166 unionized workers voted and rejected the first agreement on Friday. The bargaining committee is recommending the new deal. Workers will vote Friday at 3 p.m. at the Union Hall on Sons Avenue. Fluxon Gate manufactures metal and plastic automotive components at its plant on Patillo Road. A Windsor women's shelter says it's had to turn away hundreds of clients in just a few months as temporary beds are now being phased out after funding was denied. CTV's Sanjay Maru joins us to explain how this is all going down.
And Stefanie, an interesting stat, as you alluded to, the Welcome Center saying it turned away 328 women in the final 4 months of 2025 because there were no beds available. But after adding 8 temporary beds earlier this year, the number of women it had to turn away, it dropped by more than half. The shelter warns now as the beds are phased out, it could once again leave some with nowhere to go. The provincially funded Welcome Center shelter for women and families has not seen a cost of living increase in 5 years. And officials say years of rising expenses have already forced cuts inside the organization.
We have 3 housing workers. That's been downgraded to 2. We have 3 shelter support workers available to help with anything and everything Monday to Friday. That's been cut down to 2. We cut down staff training hours by about 260 hours annually. So we've done a lot on our end.
To offset a denial for more funding from the province, the shelter asked the city of Windsor for about $192,000 annually to keep 8 temporary beds open and add 4 more flexible spaces. But the city says all municipal, provincial, and federal funding sources have already been allocated for the current fiscal year.
If you don't want to increase funding to the beds, but you want to have the beds, then that does get women into H4, into the downtown mission, as opposed to getting into a gender-based shelter where they've told us they feel more safe.
In a statement, city administration says it monitors shelter occupancy daily for men, women, couples, families, and their pets, adding, quote, there is still sufficient capacity within the broader shelter system to meet the needs of the community. But for women who rely on a gender-based shelter like the Welcome Center, a co-ed option is not always a realistic alternative.
For a woman, that choice was, I don't feel safe going to co-ed shelters. May I sleep in my car in your parking lot? So we have women who are saying that they would choose sleeping in their car in their parking lot over going to a co-ed shelter.
And officials say some of the youngest members of the community are also caught in the middle of this growing demand.
Children usually varies anywhere from 20 to 40 a night. We are at about 15, 16 families as of the past few weeks. The ages vary. We've had newborns, we have teenagers.
And when it comes to those 8 temporary beds that, again, were added for the winter, officials say those temporary spaces will be phased out through attrition, meaning once a bed opens up, it will not be filled again.
Okay.
Stefanie.
Unfortunate. Okay, Sanjay Mara, thank you for this.
Thank you.
Now, piece by piece, ward by ward, Windsor is unveiling its road rehabilitation program, saying it's the largest in the city's history. Today, details were shared for wards 5, 6, and 7. The 3 wards getting nearly $4.8 million in road improvements. The projects are part of the city's record-breaking $36 million road rehabilitation program approved in the 2026 budget. Work includes resurfacing, reconstruction, and new sidewalks on streets including Ontario, North Serviced Road East, Carling Crescent, and Cora Greenwood. City officials say the upgrades will extend the life of roads by up to 20 years. Some projects are expected to begin as early as June. Others are scheduled for the fall.
Work has started. Matter of fact, residents will see the cones up and the pylons up throughout the city. And this work that we're announcing today is over and above big projects like you see on Riverside Drive with the pump stations, you see at Banwell and EC Row Expressway, you see happening on EC Row Expressway itself. There is a lot of construction happening this year in the city of Windsor.
And downtown Windsor drivers will soon see hundreds of new parking spaces added across the core. City crews are preparing to install new signs and paint fresh lines to expand curbside and angled parking on key streets, including Pitt and Chatham. Council approved the parking optimization plan earlier this year, increasing downtown capacity from 615 spaces to as many as 864. Transportation Operations Manager Bill Kravalensky says work will begin on McDougall and near Caesars Windsor, with more spaces also planned around City Hall. A local cycling organization is speaking out, saying it's being deliberately targeted by vandals in what members believe is an attempt to damage the group's reputation.
We don't want to give any attention to vandals because that's what they're looking for, but it has come to a head, and enough's enough, and it is time just to say, hey, stop it.
The WEBC says spray-painted lettering like this has been popping up across the region. President James Brackman believes it's an effort to hurt their reputation. The latest vandalism covers trees and signage at Black Oak Heritage Park. Brackman says it's been reported to police and they believe they know who it is. After staying silent on the vandalism for months, he says they're speaking out now to try and create some positivity.
This is not WebC obviously doing any of this, and just want to make clear with the community that they know that this isn't us doing it, and hopefully they can use this story as a bit of a way to find out about WebC and turn this negative into a positive and get engaged with what we're actually doing in the community.
A Windsor family living with heartbreak is getting an unexpected boost from a trio of GTA contractors. The brothers are known for transforming homes for families in need free of charge. Their latest project brought them to Matchett Road. CTV's Travis Fortnum joins us now. And Travis, a lot of work has happened in just the past few weeks.
That's right. This is what Christine Mercer's home looked like just a few short weeks ago. The roof was falling apart, the gutters were sagging, and her family was preparing to take on the repairs themselves. But now the work is done and they didn't have to lift a finger or even pay anybody.
There's a lot of work happening outside Christine Mercer's Matchett Road home. Work, she says, is long overdue.
It was pretty bad. The shingles were all curled up and all over the place. The eave troughs were sagging down, and it was pretty bad.
In just over 2 weeks, Mercer's home has gone from this to this, and she didn't pay a cent.
I thought it was a scam at first. I went to go to the door, and there was 3 guys standing there with orange shirts.
Enter the Rudin brothers.
We drive around the community, look for like houses, they have really bad roofs or something needs to be done, and then we just randomly knock and ask the homeowner if we can replace their gutters.
With more than 1 million YouTube subscribers, the Serbian-Canadian contractor trio from the GTA has built a massive online following, and say viewers had been asking them to bring their good deeds to Windsor.
I was like, hey guys, come over to Windsor, there's so many houses and a lot of people are watching your videos.
Less than an hour after arriving in the city, they found Mercer's home, and once she said yes, the makeover got underway.
The roof was literally falling apart. The gutters were like sagging. You can see there was like a lot of overflow. The roof was destroyed.
But the brothers say they soon learned the family inside was missing more than just a few shingles.
My daughter passed away a couple months ago. 25 years old. They knew we were going through a lot, and they helped us out.
Since 2023, the Rudin brothers have turned their random acts of kindness into a massive online community. They say their videos and support from local companies who step in to help make projects like this possible.
This guy's a local roofer, so he drove by, he recognized us. He said, guys, I watch you all the time. Can I help you?
And while their first Windsor project is almost complete, they say they're hoping it won't be their last.
They help out so many people that need it.
The Rudin brothers say they hope to post the video of the Matchett Road makeover by the weekend. We've got details on where you'll be able to watch it over on ctvnewswindsor.ca. Stefanie.
And I think we know a few other homes in the city that can use some help too, so we'll wait and see. Okay, Travis Fortnum, thank you for this. Now, we do want to hear from you. Do you have a great story idea? Please text us at 10400. You can also send photos and video. The Snowbirds' iconic Jets prepare for their farewell season. Still ahead on Windsor's News Leader. Will they return and when? World Cup fans are getting more time to celebrate and party coming up. How late bars and restaurants can stay open. And a new landmark on Windsor's waterfront is ready to open tomorrow. A first look at the Queen's Dock Cultural Pier stretching out over the Detroit River. That's tomorrow at 6 on CTV News. Start your day with the latest local news. By signing up for our newsletter, you'll get direct local content straight from CTV Windsor to your inbox, including top stories, the forecast, and videos. You can sign up at ctvnewswindsor.ca. It's the farewell flying season for Canada's iconic Snowbirds. The symbol of Canada's military is being retired by the government after 53 years. CTV's Graham Richardson is in Moose Jaw, the home of the squadron.
2026 will be a farewell season for the Snowbirds in these iconic jets. The Tudors are finally being retired after more than 55 years in the air.
This is a significant moment, and it is an emotional one because of the extraordinary connection that this team has built with Canadians over more than 5.5 decades. This decision was not taken lightly.
The Defence Minister announcing Canada will replace the aging jets with these, the new Siskin 2 prop planes, not a full jet. And it's not clear when Canada will take delivery of them.
We need to work with the manufacturer. We need to make sure that we receive them in graduated form. It will take some time for them to roll off the production line. But we're moving as quickly as we possibly can.
The government says it remains committed to Moose Jaw and the Snowbirds, but starting in 2027, the fleet will be grounded for several years.
I inherited a situation where the planes literally had come to the end of their lives. They were unique in many respects. They didn't have the parts and other things to safely fly. So the Snowbirds will continue, and new planes are being commissioned and will arrive.
The Snowbirds alumni called this a profoundly disappointing decision. They also point out the new planes are propellers. No other G7 nation flies aerobatic teams without full jets.
It wouldn't have been our first choice. You can't perform the same kind of show with a turboprop trainer that you can with a jet.
The mayor of Moose Jaw says there are mixed emotions for his town today.
The Snowbirds are cherished to all of us. They are part of our fabric.
So there's still a lot of unanswered questions here. How long will it take the government to buy these new planes? When will they arrive in Moose Jaw? How long will the Snowbirds be grounded? But most importantly, when will they fly again? Graham Richardson, CTV News, Moose Jaw.
The province is extending last call for bars and restaurants during the World Cup from June 11th to July 19th. Last call will be extended until 4 a.m. Ontario's Attorney General says allowing bars and restaurants to stay open will give fans a better experience, as well as support small businesses and drive economic growth. 27 LCBO stores will be extending their hours as well. This comes as a new study shows Vancouver and Toronto are among the most expensive cities to see the soccer tournament. CTV's Heather Wright breaks down the numbers.
The World Cup is the biggest sporting event on the planet.
And this year's tournament will also be the most expensive, with the average ticket price in some host cities, including Toronto, sitting at well over $1,000.
It's the most expensive World Cup for a long time. And yeah, fans are being priced out of being able to go to the game they love.
According to a new study, New York has the highest ticket prices, an average of $1,700. Guadalajara is next at just over $1,500, followed by Dallas at $1,440 and Mexico City at $1,300. Toronto rounds out the top 5 with tickets averaging just under $1,300 apiece. At an average of roughly $500, tickets are more affordable in Vancouver, but the city tops the list when it comes to most expensive accommodations, with fans forking over an average of $922.71 a night for a 3-star hotel room. That's nearly double the cost of staying in the next most expensive cities, Seattle and New York. In Toronto, an average hotel is just shy of $300 a night. According to Destination Vancouver, the city has not yet seen a World Cup hotel bump, with bookings down 20% this year.
We've heard a lot of different things. It's all speculation. We know it's going to be a busy time.
With 23 days to go until the World Cup kicks off in Canada, tickets are still available in both Toronto and Vancouver, including for Canada's opening match on June 12th. But they cost upwards of $1,000 apiece, pricing out many would-be attendees, including Angela O'Hara, who lives in Toronto and won't be going to any matches. But she is excited for the beautiful game to come to town.
Just being downtown with all the excitement, you can't beat it.
When it comes to food, the least expensive host cities are all in Mexico, with Toronto and Vancouver in the middle of the pack. Miami is the most expensive host city to dine out in. Heather Wright, CTV News, Toronto. The latest inflation numbers show the cost of living continues to increase, driven primarily by oil shock and the soaring price of gas at the pumps. CTV's John Vandalism has the latest snapshot of prices.
In Toronto, where gas prices are well over $1.90, many motorists we spoke with said they worry they'll go even higher.
Absolutely ridiculous. I wish I had more to say, but it's just honestly, it's too much. It's crazy.
In my own vehicle, I noticed that I don't drive as much.
And the latest headline inflation number, driven largely by the soaring cost of energy. Last month up 19% compared to a year ago. Gasoline up 28% because of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz and the switch over to a more expensive summer blend of gas.
The bottom line is, we've got oil prices that are nearly double where they were at the beginning of the year.
Groceries were also more expensive, though food inflation, which was 4% in March, eased to 3.5% in April, with Statistics Canada noting the pace of price hikes eased for grocery items such as fresh vegetables, chicken, coffee, and tea. Still, many continue to struggle at the checkout counter.
I'm always scouring like the discount apps or, the discount aisle kind of thing and, trying to save $1 where I can.
Rents were also up, but at a slower pace, rising 3.6% year over year. And some items were on the decline, including travel tours. Experts think the higher fuel costs just haven't filtered into the price of many items. But some also believe higher energy costs may actually be pushing down prices elsewhere as consumers spend less.
Because of those higher fuel costs, people have less money to spend on other things. So prices are easing in other areas.
Meanwhile, economists say with inflation outside of gas and food prices relatively tame, it'll take pressure off of the Bank of Canada to raise interest rates. John Vandalism, CTV News, Toronto.
Canada's main stock index moved lower in trading today. In Toronto, the TSX lost 92 points. In New York, the Dow dropped 322. The Nasdaq fell 220. The Canadian dollar is down a modest 0.03 cents. On commodity markets, gold is down almost $47 an ounce, and oil fell 23 cents a barrel. A new era for Alzheimer's patients in Canada when we return to newly approved drugs that could change the future of treatment.
A cold front on the move tonight brings scattered showers and thunderstorms, and temperatures drop heading into Wednesday. Our 6 o'clock news producer, Lori Berg, took this photo. We're sharing it with all of you tonight. We love those beautiful spring blossoms. Temperatures will recover Thursday, getting nice and warm as we head toward the weekend.
Discussion here at Windsor City Hall.
Windsor's top stories.
A major project is about to get underway.
Breaking news alerts.
Severe weather is a possibility.
And watch live.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
Download the CTV News app. From moment to moment, things change.
Mayday, mayday! We need more crews at this location.
CTVNewsWindsor.ca is Windsor's #1 source for online news. Watch every story from wherever you are the moment it happens. Plus exclusive content and must-see viewer video. Don't miss a moment. Windsor's leading online news source, CTVNewsWindsor.ca.
The clouds are definitely rolling in. Julie joins me again for an extended look at the forecast. Julie.
Thanks so much, Stefanie. Yes, rounds of scattered showers and thunderstorms are firing up on the radar. We've been under a severe thunderstorm watch through the day today. In combination, as I mentioned, we do have that heat warning. So temperatures today surpassing what is normal for this time of year. That's for sure, hitting 30 degrees and feeling like 38. So intense humidity. We went from spring right deep into the summer season. Now this heat warning will be short-lived. We have a cold front coming through tonight, and that's what's sparking all of this active weather across southern Ontario. Now temperatures anywhere between 25 in Sarnia, 27 towards Chatham, and at our high in Windsor just in the last hour. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in advance of the cold front that'll come across the area overnight, shifting our winds from the south to the north, ushering in colder temperatures as we head into tomorrow. So that heat warning will come to an end. So this is the first round that's coming through this evening. Again, the potential for some heavy downpours, strong damaging wind gusts, and some of these storms are showing hail signatures. So that means, yes, there is hail embedded in some of these strong thunderstorms. That frontal boundary will continue to trek its way through the area. In behind that is when the temperatures will start to drop off. So let's take a look at the next 36 hours. Now, some of these storms will miss Essex County. We're not going to see the entire county won't see thunderstorms, but there will be some storms pushing through. You can see thunderstorms have been moving through the Sarnia area over the last hour. That will continue to drift through the region tonight, overnight. So we're not going to rule out storms overnight as well. We will be squeaking out some rainfall right across the county through the night as well. Chatham area, you'll see some rain, possibly of the thunderstorms. First thing tomorrow morning, cloudy, the chance for showers early in the morning, but by the afternoon we'll start to break the cloud cover, bring back the sunshine, and we'll go into a mix of sun and cloud. So this cold front really the dividing line between summer and early spring-like temperatures. Parts of northern Ontario even picking up some snowfall associated with the low pressure system, and this front treks all the way down towards Texas. So that line of storms stretching very far southward. Now temperatures overnight will drop down anywhere between about 9 degrees as we head towards Chatham, 10 to 12 degrees across Essex County. Winds will be shifting, so we'll go from that southerly flow to a northeasterly flow for your Wednesday. Daytime high 18, so today was 30 degrees. Tomorrow will feel much more spring-like and much more tolerable. It's difficult, I know, for some to go from one extreme to the other, so it definitely hits a bit harder. As we take a look at the next 7, our Enercare forecast, so showers first thing tomorrow morning, and then we will break into a mix of sun and cloud as we head into the late afternoon. That cloud cover could linger a bit. 18 degrees, 16 with full sunshine Thursday, so that cool, fresh air mass will be in place, and it will be cool and fresh first thing in the morning. You'll still need a jacket at 6 to 7 degrees. Heading into your Friday, mainly cloudy with a 70% chance of evening showers. We have showers and gusty winds in the forecast for your Saturday, and a slight chance for showers on Sunday, but temperatures expected to heat up once again early next week. Daytime highs 26 to 27 degrees under a mix of sun and cloud as we head towards Monday and Tuesday.
A landmark Supreme Court ruling supporting victims of intimate partner violence is receiving applause in Windsor, Essex.
If a woman leaves a violent relationship, she can actually sue for damages, is important. It begins to recognize that there are long-term impacts to her.
Hiatus Host Executive Director Sylvie Gunther says the decision will give more hope to women wanting to leave violent relationships. Canada's highest court ruling that IPV can be a legal basis to sue for civil damages. Gunther says it will help women who lost their financial dependence when they left the relationship. She adds, while it's a step in the right direction, there's more work to be done.
So the ability for women on the other side of the relationship to be able to sue for damages is really important. But while she's experiencing the violence, we have to have the resources. We need to keep her safe, provide shelter. Housing is a big issue.
Families in Amherstburg have a new place to play. The town officially opened a new playground at Malden Center Park today. Town officials held a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the new baseball-themed, fully accessible play area on County Road 20. The playground designed to give children and families a fun and inclusive space.
This was a fun one because I knew it was a baseball park. They wanted a theme. They didn't say what theme, and I thought, well, what's more important than a nice Canadian baseball theme, especially with what's going on right now. So I wanted to make sure it was like a Canadian type theme, and so I made it Team Canada.
A whole new era has begun for Alzheimer's patients in Canada. In the past 6 months, 2 drugs have been approved for use. But as CTV's Pauline Chan tells us, they are only for patients in the earliest stages.
The news is good for patients like Greg Underhill and his wife, Jocelyn.
We're very excited about the possibility and the potential of the new drugs that they have approved now in Canada.
Greg, age 52, is now using the most recently approved medication for Alzheimer's, donanemab.
It is the second of the class of antibodies targeting amyloid, clearing amyloid from the brain. And amyloid is the first toxic protein that accumulates in Alzheimer's disease.
And Dr. Sharon Cohen says both donanemab and lecanemab, approved last October, are only for patients in the earliest stages of the disease.
So people are still independent, living at home. They may be working, shopping, banking, traveling, but they have some problems with memory and cognition.
The drugs can only be prescribed by a neurologist or other memory specialists like geriatrician or specialist family doctor. She also points out that there can be side effects like tiny brain bleeds or swelling.
With lecanemab, there's a little less propensity to cause those side effects, but with both drugs, we monitor for those possibilities.
I always feel good. I'm not really sure. She tells me when I'm, repeating myself lots, but I mean, right now, I don't think I'm really repeating much.
Yeah. It's definitely gotten better since we started medication and treatment for Alzheimer's than what he was before.
While both drugs have been approved, funding arrangements are still under negotiation. Lecanemab is $47,000 a year, donanemab about $30,000. Still, for the 750,000 families dealing with Alzheimer's or other forms of dementia in Canada, just having the 2 options available is a step in the right direction. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
Still ahead, a vibrant Khalsa Day celebration as thousands gather in a colorful display of tradition on Windsor's waterfront. It was a colorful display of Windsor's Sikh community. Thousands gathered on the waterfront this weekend for Khalsa Day celebrations. And while it celebrated traditions that are foreign to some, all were welcome.
It's just a good day to participate in the community building, and we spread the message of oneness. We all are connected and we are all one family of humanity. So when people see it like this, it also signifies that again, as part of one humanity, we all can gather together and just celebrate our good things.
So
everybody has taken responsibility of their stall. And as you see, there's different types of food, different types of drinks and juices, and it's a team effort. Everyone's coming together to just serve the community.
Everybody's welcome here to serve. We serve food for everybody.
So this thing is celebrated as a Sikhi Day. So we invite every people from different communities to come and get together and know more about our culture.
So it's a joint team effort where the whole community comes together with donations, with food, drinks, just to serve as a team.
I never want to drink again, man. I don't want to drink. I much prefer being high. I don't drink no more. I'm high and dry, baby.
Australian comedian Jim Jeffries is bringing his Son of a Carpenter tour to the Coliseum at Caesars Windsor this fall. The all-ages show takes place on September 11th. Jeffries is known for his provocative stand-up specials, including the recent Netflix release Two Limb Policy, along with television hits like Legit and The Jim Jeffries Show. Tickets go on sale Friday morning at 10 o'clock online through Caesars Windsor.
And when we come back, we have recommendations for what to do when you're making a large donation.
The biggest selling comedy and recording artist of all time, Weird Al Yankovic, is coming to Windsor July 4th. Enter online at ctvwindsor.ca for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to see Weird Al Yankovic at Caesars Windsor, plus a $200 gift card.
This is your CTV Windsor, our community calendar. Show your support to give hope and fund research to find a cure for cystic fibrosis. Join the walk to make cystic fibrosis history at their new location, Faro Riverside Miracle Park. See you next time on Our Community.
It's time to check in on what's happening now with Melanie Kentner. Now, Melanie, the Welcome Center shelter is turning to the community now for financial support.
That's right. Earlier in the show, we told you that funding for 8 beds at the shelter for women and families are being phased out after requests for additional funding were denied. The shelter is now asking for donations, but when it comes to how charities and nonprofits can best use that support, Welcome Center Executive Director Lady Lafrette says it's not always about the size of a donation, but rather the consistency of it.
If you donate $100 in a year, we would really ask that you consider taking 5 minutes to check out our website and turn that $100 donation into 10 monthly donations. And that gives me some predictability and some stability of the funding to know what's coming down the line so we can plan accordingly for the needs of the women we serve.
We've got details online at ctvnewswindsor.ca.
And we also have a story online, Melanie, about the latest scam that's going around.
Yeah, so Windsor police are warning the public about phone scammers posing as police officers. Fraudsters using caller ID spoofing to make calls appear official, then use pressure and intimidation to trick you into sending money or revealing personal information. Police say they would never demand payment or sensitive details over the phone. You can find scam prevention tips on our website. And in our social spotlight, have you ever seen a bad case of camel zoomies? The Toronto Zoo's camel calf is growing up so fast after being born at the end of April, and he sure seems excited about all the new visitors. I mean, just look at him race around, Stefanie.
That's like the best part. I know your kids are older now, but you remember bringing them to the zoo, just enjoying every part, and then when you see just the little ones, like, oh my goodness.
It's adorable.
So cute. Okay, that's what's happening now. Thank you, Melanie. From sold to on hold, when we return, why a bird's nest has put the brakes on the sale of a new truck. Julie joins us again for a final look at the forecast. Julie.
Thanks so much, Stefanie. Our Enercare forecast over the next 7 will feature a bit of sunshine, but not until tomorrow afternoon. We have to get through some cloud cover first thing in the morning and the chance for showers, but by the afternoon, sunshine will prevail. We'll take the high to 18 degrees. Sharp temperature drop in comparison to today and the weekend. Sunshine for your Thursday and 16 degrees will be a cool start Thursday morning, and then showers move in by Friday afternoon with some gusty winds. A weather system will be with us through the early part of the weekend. By Sunday, we'll start to see conditions clear up, but the risk for showers will linger. But daytime highs will average between 20 and 21 over the weekend. By Monday, a mix of sun and cloud and heating up next week. Daytime highs between 26 and 27 degrees. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Julie. And a brand new truck on a dealership lot was all set for delivery until a tiny surprise in the wheel well brought everything to a sudden stop. Correspondent Jeremy Roth explains.
A bird's nest discovered on the tire of a brand new truck in Kansas has garnered not only curiosity, but federal wildlife protections as well. A robin's nest bustling with baby birds was discovered inside the wheel well of a brand new F-250 pickup at Olathe Ford Lincoln in northeastern Kansas. The dealership said a team member spotted the nest being built, and since then its eggs have hatched. According to KMBC, employees say, believe it or not, animal encounters at the dealership are a regular thing, reporting stray cats and even possum families have been found hiding in vehicles.
So we were all laughing because now we're just an animal rescue.
What's more, robin's nests and eggs are federally protected. So the truck, which had already been sold, cannot be moved until the newly hatched chicks decide to leave the nest. The dealership shared the news on social media, joking, this may be the only F-250 in America protected under the Migratory Bird Treaty Act. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
A wonderful way to end our newscast. On behalf of our dedicated team here at CTV News Windsor, thank you for watching. For updates throughout the evening, go to ctvnewswindsor.ca, and I'll be back with your only late local newscast tonight at 11.